Every time Christy DeFilippo gets into her car, she's reminded of her son, Hunter.
They see a guy that was killed.
There are pictures of Hunter with an angel over them because he is my angel that watches as I drive down the road.
The 22-year-old Baton Rouge native died in a car crash on a Florida highway in 2020.
So whenever he hit the guardrail did not give way for him. It actually slingshot his truck, causing it to spin out of control twice, and then that's when it hit the pole on the side of I-75. My son's truck, the undercarriage hit, so it exploded the truck, and there was nothing that anyone could do to save him.
The tragedy would change Christy's life in more ways than one.
I can honestly tell you, I never thought I would be living this life. I wouldn't be living without my son. I never thought that I would be strong enough to fight on his behalf.
It was when they found out what allegedly caused Hunter's fatal accident that the fight began.
Guardrails that are being Frankensteined on our roads, that means that they are being pieced together. They are not being installed properly because of lack of training. That all compromises it for when a vehicle hits it, which is the case of my son.
She admits she never thought twice about guardrails until she got a call from this man.
Hey, it's Steve Eimers. That is not normal for a safety product on America's roadways to be doing that.
His daughter Hannah was killed in a wreck involving a guardrail in Tennessee.
Morning of November 1st, 2016, an X-Lake guardrail speared through my daughter's car, and she was killed instantly.
In fact, according to his research, nearly 1,000 people die in guardrail-related crashes every year.
And you can see how up the whole wall is.
Steve has dedicated almost all of his free time to becoming an expert on guardrail safety. He's even toured the manufacturing facilities and taken training courses on how to properly install them. He admits he is obsessed. The guardrail on the Florida highway that Hunter hit was one of the worst he had ever seen.
I saw one of the most horrific guardrail installations that I have ever documented.
Panels that were upside down, backwards, screw holes that did not have screws in them, screws that shouldn't have been there were there, which really means that my son hitting the guardrail had no chance from the beginning.
It boils down to a lack of training on how to properly install them, he says.
We simply have taken an attitude of beating it to fit and painting it to match. And these products are highly engineered devices. And we have not prioritized proper installation and maintenance of these products.
Steve has compiled an entire database of what he considers to be fatal guardrails around the country. He shared with us his list of the ones he's found in East Baton Rouge Parish, in total 33. We went to check out some of what he considers the most egregious and found some truly astonishing issues. Like this one on Florida near Sharp. It may look perfectly fine to the untrained eye.
They put a temporary attenuator up so that you wouldn't be hitting a blunt end. The problem is that you have runout length.
This one on Airline near the old bridge was a little more obvious, having been previously impacted and not repaired.
There was a previous fatality there, and what I saw there was along Airline Road. What was concerning to me was that I saw the same installation error repeated over and over, that are installed in this lethal way, which has a post backwards, bolt passing through, locking it in place, and then rectangle washers fixing the rail.
But this one on I-110 southbound takes the cake.
What made this one so absurd was they had actually installed the ET Plus impact head backwards. I've never seen one. I mean, it would have taken a lot of effort to do the job this poorly.
According to Steve, each of these seemingly small flaws can be deadly if impacted.
Every single guardrail that I sent you has been associated with a death, either on a roadside in Louisiana or across the United States. Every single one of those 30 plus units that I sent you, the manufacturer says, if you do it this way, it can result in fatal outcomes.
I want safety brought to our roads.
Together with Steve, Christy made it her priority to get the Florida Department of Transportation to do something about its guardrails. After several investigative reports done by a Tampa area reporter, the state agreed to address it.
By the end of 2023, Florida had fixed over 9,000 guardrail safety issues throughout their Florida highways. They spent over $100 million to make sure that their highways were were to protect the citizens.
Christy is hoping for the same results in her home state.
I want for families to be protected here. I don't want another mom to have to go through this because of someone else's negligence, because of training that is not installed, that people are not equipped with.
And while she drives the Louisiana highways, now highly aware of every guardrail she passes, Hunter is there with her to remind her of her mission.
So he's here to protect me so that I can fulfill that.